Be talking about organ donation, what it is, dispel some of its myths, give statistics, and also some other options for organ donation. So the Mayo Clinic tells us that there is roughly 100,000 people currently in the U.S. that are on the list waiting for an organ donation. Being an organ donor can save up to 75 lives, so this can either be organs, your tissue, or any eye tissues. 95% of Americans vote for organ donation, but only 56% of us are actually organ donors and are registered to be an organ donor. It's really important. One, it's important for everybody to really consider this and to become an organ donor, but specifically for ethnic minorities because they are more inclined to certain like chronic conditions, and also they all have like certain blood types that are more prevalent within certain minorities. Organdonor.gov tells us that as of 2019, there's 113,000 people on the list right now. There were 36,000 transplants done last year. 21 people lose their lives a day due to the lack of organs to be donated to them. So that really equals out to about 7,300 people dying yearly. Also, one donor can save up to 8 lives. This is just organs. So we can donate our heart, 2 lungs, your kidneys, intestines, and your liver and your pancreas. Also, 3 in 1,000 die in a way that makes organ donation possible. So later on, we're going to be talking about becoming a living donor. So because that number is so small, living donation is also a very big part of organ donating and tissue donating. On the list, though, 2 out of 3 people are of ages 50 and above, and roughly 2,000 people on the list are children, so 18 and younger, and then about 70,000 people are of an ethnic minority. So keep in mind the number on the list right now is 113,000 people, so 70,000 of those people are of ethnic minorities, which then makes already very limited. But then adding on to being of ethnic minority and maybe having a certain chronic condition or a certain blood type, it just really narrows down their options. So it's really important for everybody to really keep that in mind and like really pay attention. So now Donate Life, which is where you would go to register, they explain all about they explain living donation. This living donors have become a thing now because of the decrease in organ donors, and then just the fact that 3 in 1,000 people die in a way that their organs then can be used. So now we have being a living donor. So there are multiple things that you can do. There's a direct donor, which basically means that I can pick who my organs go to. There is non-direct, so that would just be up to the transplant center, whoever needs it most then. Then there's paired, and it's also called the paired kidney exchange. So this is basically like, it all has to do with blood type. So say you want to donate your kidney, well, they aren't necessarily your blood type, so they'll find somebody else to donate with your blood type, and so then you'll get their kidney, and then your kidney will go to that person that you did not share it, or that they didn't have the same blood type as you. So it's kind of like a 3-person thing, and everybody gets a kidney. So also being a living donor and like donating your anything while you're alive, that's a big surgery. And so before you make that decision, really do your research and like get multiple inputs from multiple sources and like hear out their stories, and because there's multiple side effects, there's multiple like things that could go wrong. So you really want to like keep that open, and just so you make a good decision for you. UPMC, which is the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, they have also talked about living donation. So you can donate part of your liver to anybody, and it will regenerate within a few months. So this is a really good thing because this is silly. Livers are of short supply, and so also because you can donate just part of it, it's really common for children to get liver donors because they have a small body, and so not necessarily need a whole organ would fit in there. So that's really good, and it's really prevalent for children. Um, they have said roughly they can do 68 transplants a day, so that's really good. And living donors, you can donate one kidney, part of your liver, and then your bone marrow. Um, Another crazy statistic that they have put on their website is 106 people are added to the list every single day. So that means one person is added to the transplant list every 14 minutes. Now, organ donor, and the reason why I'm doing that is because when I'm gone, I'm not gonna use them. And it's I'm religious, but yet it doesn't go against my religion to do that. And my friend died recently, and he was a tissue and eye donor, and so he got to help somebody else see and regain things that they didn't have, and so that's really great. And it gave me peace as well as his family and his friends. It's still a difficult thing, and that's why a lot of people don't want to become an organ donor, because it's such a terrible time to be talking about giving away that person's organs. It is a hard thing to do. And so some of the myths that people have, that they are worried about, are that the hospital won't work as hard to keep them alive, which this and the fact that people also think that they won't really be dead, those things are just not true. Actually, if you're an organ donor, the hospital is going to go through more extensive testing to make sure that, one, you're dead, and two, that your organs are working correctly. And another really big one that I wanted to point out is that people think that their families are going to have to pay for that when they're dead. And that's not true either, because you're donating that organ. So the family that's going to receive it, they're the ones that pay for it. To become an organ donor, you can go to registerme.org or donatelife.com, and then you can do it. It's really quick. It takes maybe 3 minutes. Also, your driver's license, they offer that option. When you go to get that, you just sign your name, check a box off, and then they print it out, and then there's a little thing on the back of your card. This is important also to go along with telling your family, and you can also put that in a living will. But having it on your driver's license is really crucial, as well as your family knowing, because a lot of these times it's an emergency, or it was an accident, and it's just a quick process. And so getting your living will wouldn't be readily accessible, and so if you had it on your driver's license, they would be able to see that quickly, as well as your family, because then if you let them know what you want and how you want your organs to be, then they'll be able to take care of that, and be able to let the physicians know that that's what you wanted to do with your body. So what we learned today was what organ donation was. It is important, how important that is, dispelling some of the myths that are out there, and just raising awareness, because the number of people registered is so small, but the need for organs is so high. So I hope you all really learned something today, and maybe something sparked your interest, and you go research and talk to people and really get it out there, because it is very important. Also, April is the National Donor Awareness Month, so keep that in mind. Thank you.